Masonry. Select your deploy point. Deployable broken. Masonry. Select your deploy point. Deploying Tech Ops. Enemy removed from sector. Deploying tech ops. We have captured a sector. Titan exosuit. Incoming supply drop. Be careful, an enemy wields a super weapon. Exoskeleton.
Rainbowverse seems like a shitty game to me. I included it in one of my upcoming games videos, but it doesn't seem like my kind of game. I was saying many times ago today that the PvP is awfully balanced. We're playing in a map for 20 people, and this map for 20 people should actually be a map for 40 or even 60 people. 20 versus 20 or 30 versus 30. This map is too huge for 10v10. And engineers are normally an amazing class in PvE, but in PvP engineers are awful. Snipers, for whatever reason, people seem to be able to do trick shots. I'm in the air, they're in the air, and they can still hit me, so either hacks or extremely good player, but I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and I'm gonna assume they're extremely good. But the PvE is amazing, the PvP is atrociously badly balanced. First of all, we are playing in maps that are not designed for PvP in my opinion. Those maps are great for PvE and awful for PvP. See, I'm just running around trying to find enemies. Trying to reach my objective. Did I see Diablo 4 Necromancer review? I didn't, but I was expecting for the next review to be a mage. And since we already have the actual mage, the sorceress, or wizard or whatever it will be, it made sense for a summoner class to make its way. After the rogue, I was assuming they would do another caster class. I'm telling you, the PvP in this game is completely awful. Like, they need to give us 3 or 4 times the HP and 3 or 4 times the shield we have in PvE, so that PvP matches you don't end up getting 2-3 shots, but more like 6, 7, 8 shots to kill a person. It's fucking boring. It would have been okay if it was a Quake 3 arena kind of style, small maps where you don't do any more than 10 seconds before finding an enemy to kill, like Unreal Tournament, Quake 3 arena, stuff like that. That's where you want to kill people quickly. Counter-Strike, Valorant, again, games where you want to kill people quickly. In a game like this, getting 1-2 shot is just not the right way. You want something more like Overwatch. You can get 1 shot in Overwatch as well, or at least 2 shot, but still, more like Overwatch and Paladins is what would be good for big maps like those, where you have time to react if someone surprises you. And again, snipers are extremely overpowered in PvP because of their weight. In any case, I'm just gonna go and do some PvE, because PvP is awful, and if someone wants to buy this game for PvP, don't. If you wanna buy it for PvE, then keep in mind there's a lot of bugs and glitches, but it's definitely fun when it comes to the PvE, special operations. Diablo releasing 2023, well, yes, June 2023 is where my prediction was. June is the month of Diablo. It's the anniversary month of Diablo. So if they're gonna release it next year, most likely open beta in June, release in September or October. But we'll see. We'll see. You're saying the book releases October and Blizzard usually releases games 6 months after. What book? What? I'm not sure what book you're talking about. Why is it GOAT? The Diablo book. Oh, and they always release art books and story books for every game. Okay, but the thing is, the month of Diablo is June. And I would be surprised if they don't release it in June. June is the anniversary month of Diablo. So normally when Diablo stuff happens, it happens in June. Just like Immortal happened this June. But I think they would probably make an open beta in June, and then that would be the soft launch, kind of like Immortal. But the bad news is Diablo 4 will suck. That's the bad news, because Diablo 4 will have it will have seasons. It will have most likely daily, weekly, monthly fear of missing out bullshit. Right now I have zero, let's say not zero, let's say I have 1% faith in Diablo 4 after seeing what they did with Immortal. Even though it's a different team, they're still just Activision. An Activision, they just want money. They don't care about if players like their games. They just want players' money. And sorry, but I'm not gonna play Diablo 4 if it has fear of missing out daily, weekly quests. If it has raid bosses that take more than 10 minutes to respawn, or let's say no more than 1 hour to respawn. If it uses PvE items in the PvP zone, and if the PvP zone awards PvE gear. So a PvP zone should never reward you anything that you use for PvE, never. So you don't feel forced to go into the PvP zone and do PvP in a game. They should be completely separated, and if a person doesn't want to do PvP, he shouldn't feel forced into it just because some rewards drop from there that he needs for his PvE setup. So right now I'm 99% sure I won't like Diablo 4 and I won't play it. I'm definitely not gonna be pre-ordering based on just nicely crafted promotional videos. If they don't have daily, weekly, monthly quests, if they don't have battle passes and seasons where I have to start over every season with a new character, they could win me over, but most likely they will have that. And again, raids, a regular raid should be 10 minutes respawn time, big raids, the hardest raid should be 1 hour respawn time, no more than that. Just like Mad World, the small 2D Korean game, did it very nicely when it came to raids and open world stuff, but it failed in terms of open PvP and player killing and queue stealing as well. And it also failed with pay to win. That was the biggest problem with Mad World. You're betting money that I will be playing Diablo 4. As I said, I will be playing Diablo 4 only if they don't have fear of missing out. I will definitely not pre-order. If before the game launches they reveal complete transparency regarding their systems, regarding fear of missing out, regarding whether there will be seasons, I'm not gonna waste my time on a game that will make me start over in 2-3 months. Or in a game that wants me to log in every day. Sorry, but I'm not gonna be a slave to a game. It's 2022. Fuck the modern day slavery where you force me to log in every day to not miss out on rewards and quests, daily quests, weekly quests, monthly quests. If your game is good enough, people don't need incentive to play it. They will play it without daily, weekly, monthly rewards. Look at Diablo 2 players. They don't have any daily, weekly, monthly rewards, but look at how many people are playing Diablo 2 Resurrected 20 something years later. Let's give Sky a petting. So yeah, chances of me playing Diablo 4 right now are very small, very slim. But yeah, it's a big problem finding people to play the PvE of this game. Missions are not designed for a sole person. They're designed for 4 people, not for a single person playing it. And since if you're so, you die and it's over. You can't revive yourself. They should add in the PvE mode something like Borderlands, where you can get yourself up after getting wrecked. Where are they? I don't see them. But yeah, I've lost all faith in Blizzard after seeing how greedy the what should I call it, the management is at the top. And the worst thing is developers keep working for Blizzard. No sane developer would work on a game like Diablo Immortal. If they're forcing you to main a greedy, pay-to-win, cash shop riddled, fear of missing out riddled game, if you're a decent person, human being, you would quit. You would work for whatever many months you need until you find a new job, but you would not work for a company making such games. Unless you're a greedy piece of shit who only cares about money, and then you would keep making such games. So right now I'm extremely disappointed by the team that made Diablo Immortal as human beings. No decent human being would make a game as greedy as Diablo Immortal. And it's not just the cash shop, as I said, it's the fear of missing out. It's the rate spawns and drop rates. There are just so many things wrong with Diablo Immortal, and it leads me to believe that Diablo 4 will have a lot of those things just on a buy to play model, but the rest of the stuff will probably be the same. That MMO light stuff where you have raid bosses that take 80 hours to spawn or 50 hours to spawn, and you need to camp them, and you need to be online at a specific time every day to do certain activities, and you need to do bounties X amounts of times a day. If they do bounties like Diablo 3, do as many as you want, as much as you want, whenever you want, that's much better. If they make the PvP zone drop PvP only items and be the only place where you can get PvP items, and so that you don't go to the PvP zone for PvE items, that would be the better way to handle things. But I don't think Blizzard will make Diablo 4 good in that way. Oh, and Paragon levels. You probably need to grind for a whole fucking month to get to max Paragon level. And you shouldn't need to grind more than 100 hours to reach max Paragon levels. I think 20 to 40 hours should be needed to reach maximum level. And from there on, you should need probably 150% that much to get maximum Paragon level. So you can start experimenting with builds. And we know that there will be Paragon levels in Diablo 4, and we know it's gonna be extremely grindy and unreasonable. So yeah, so many reasons not to play Diablo 4. Too many reasons not to play Diablo 4 right now. Until they release more information regarding that. They can debate me with just releasing videos about the new class. I'll definitely check the Necromancer video when I have time, but I'm extremely busy. I barely have any time to sit on my computer. The only time spent on my computer today has been me streaming this game, and again, right now I just... Did we kill them all? I think I killed them all. Let's get some grenades. Paragon maximum 200. The devs know about a lot of things, because if you look at Diablo Immortal, everything is designed around the cash shop, and it's the devs who designed the game. It's the devs who design certain game systems and make it connected to the cash shop. It's the devs who designed the rifting system and made you made you need special certain items, the crests, to make the rifts better. It's the devs that designed the bounty system with limits. It's the devs that put the timers of the boss respawns to be so ridiculously massive. It's the devs that made PvP use PvE items and be extremely imbalanced. So yeah, the devs don't decide the prices, but they design the things that people will be buying. After their bosses tell them, hey, design me something like that and like that, that we can monetize. So the devs are far from innocent for making a piece of shit game. When it comes to Diablo Immortal. They can just say, no, I don't want to design this, and quit their job, or try looking for a new job and quit it when they have the chance, when they have found a new job. There's a massive need of developers everywhere. Game developers are needed so much in so many different studios, so it's not like they would be jobless if they quit Blizzard. And Blizzard is just not what it used to be. It's far from what it used to be back in the day, making games so that people can have fun playing them, not making games with the main focus on being earning more money for their bosses. And the worst thing is, those developers are not even paid well. Blizzard doesn't pay as good as some other studios. I've heard that in Blizzard the work environment is bad in many reasons. Not just the reasons that get them in the news, such as the bro culture and stuff, but also salaries in Blizzard, I've heard, are not as good as your average American game dev studio. Also, Diablo Immortal was not made just by Blizzard. They were made by a Chinese studio called NetEase as well. And probably most of the shit decisions were made by NetEase. So Blizzard is not the only one to blame there. NetEase are just a mobile pay-to-win developer, so I wasn't surprised when the game was pay-to-win. I was surprised when the game was 10 times more pay-to-win than I expected it to be. Where is my objective? I can't find it. I'm supposed to collect some artifacts, but I can't find them. I only see this thing 300 meters away. So what about this artifact? I need to stand on it, I guess. This is boring, forcing me to stay in one place. Fucking bullshit design. This is awful. How they designed artifacts is awful. Unfortunately today there are no people playing the PvE. And that fucking sucks. Get queues with M7 Tactical. Those contracts are awful. This game again designed in a very bad way. Those contracts shouldn't be a daily thing. There should be a permanent thing that you can just run endlessly. as much as you want, and you should be able to keep re-rolling them until you get something you like. Again, fear of fucking missing out, one of the worst things in the gaming industry. Any developer who puts fear of missing out daily, weekly, monthly missions has already admitted their game is bad enough to have to force people to log in every day to play it with incentives such as daily quests and stuff. If your game is fun enough, people will play it without the fear of missing out. Okay, there aren't any people in the PvE, so I guess that's it for the game. I appreciate getting this game for free. I definitely wouldn't pay money for it if I didn't get it for free, considering the bad population. The game can be extremely fun under the right circumstances, and the right circumstances is a good, healthy base of player base, who are doing PvE missions all the time. The PvP is awful and should be redesigned to the point where everyone has 4 times the HP and shield, so that fights don't end in 2-3 hits. The maps should be smaller in PvP, or they should accommodate more people if they keep the same size of maps. Those maps seems like maps designed for 30 versus 30 or 20 versus 20, the least. And right now they're 10 versus 10 maps, which completely off target. But the problem with those games are people like me end up trying the games and testing them, and then they see there are no people to play with, and then they quit, and then the next guy and the next guy, so they can't get a good nice chunk of players logging in at the same time, and people keep quitting bit by bit, one by one, and it's a vicious circle. Games like those need a massive stream of players in one go, within a few days, and then a more healthy player base could be maintained. And right now, it's hard to recommend this game, considering it's a buy-to-play game. I appreciate it being buy-to-play and not the free-to-play battle pass kind of game, but it's very glitchy and buggy. It needs a lot of work, and the PvP is awful. Whereas the PvE is fun, but there is no solo option. You can play alone, but if you die, it's over. There is no fight for your life like in Borderlands and Wonderlands, which would have been amazing to give you a fighting chance when you're solo. Or just give you a solo mode where you have X amount of lives or something like that. Overall, it's a fun game, but I can't recommend it to people right now in its current state, especially considering the low player base. So yeah, I won't be streaming any more of this game. I'll be looking for something new to stream and play tomorrow and the incoming days. Keep it cool. Until next time from me, and goodbye.